Delwadi. My uncle used to live here. It was our favorite vacation spot as school children. My cousins and I roamed all the neighboring villages. Delwadi, Akkarpatti, Pofram, Tarapur and Unbhat. I had friends in each of these villages. Cricket was our favorite sport and the beach formed a perfect place to play. Then my uncle passed away and my visits there stopped. Lately, most of these villages were displaced by the Tarapur nuclear power project. However, the village Tarapur, which gives its name to the power plant, sits right here. Today I've returned after a very long time on a quest to find those old lanes that were all too familiar. The lines of coconut trees, chiku orchards, heaps of fresh fish, and of course, the people. My people. I wonder where they all disappeared. And as I searched for them, I found a familiar name, Chandrasen Arekar. And then several other names followed, some known, some unknown, some old and some new. Dada, what happened to all these villages?
You see, it so happened that when they came to our village to do a survey in the year 1989, they started conducting a lot of meetings with the villagers out here. But nothing much happened and ultimately it just stayed at meetings only. They just kept saying we will give you this and that, and until the very last stage of the project, they kept us hanging in this way. And finally when we realized that we were not going to get anything from them, then we started our protests from the year 1999 and have still continued doing so, sir.
But how did you decide to give away your village?
You see, they had a very unique way of pressurizing and influencing people here. So because of their sweet talk, many people fell prey to this bait of theirs, thinking that the government has come to our door. They will definitely do something for us.
And then?
We told them that you give us all the facilities and then we all are ready to leave the village. You see, if we are ready to sacrifice everything for the country, then the country must also do something for us.
But we have heard that they used force.
When we blocked their entry into this village, they got a force of 2,000 policemen. Then they told us that they had received a fax or something. They took the Prime Minister's name, along with other ministers, saying that there were orders to displace us from this village. They forcefully took us to another village at Boisar. There were so many policemen, you can't imagine. There at Boisar, they forcefully surrounded us and made us sit at just one place. While here, they used 3 bulldozers and razed our village. And they have deprived us of all our amenities. You know, we have been fighting for our rights, but we haven't received anything till date. You know, the government has made our situation so bad that they have turned us to beggars.
As I bid my farewell to Chandrasen and walked out, these stories of power and force echoed around every corner.
Forcefully at gunpoint, and if we talk about it, then we would be dumped into trucks and taken to the police station.
When the police surrounded the village, at that time I was sitting at home. They literally dragged me out of my home. They humiliated me.
Our fields, our homes were all razed to the ground.
There were bulldozers, 6 of them. So many good homes. They broke down all our study houses. Tell me, what will we poor eat?
They drove us out of the village just like cattle. They treated us like animals.
The project displaced inhabited villages, but they must have got some facilities in return, right?
What facilities? What facilities are you talking about? Can you see any facilities here? Can you? Can you see any hospital or anything like it? Nothing is there. Not even place for toilet.
What will the company give? This is a corrupt company. They have killed us poor people. We have no house, no food.
They say such big projects bring development to the villages they go to, but I was horrified to see this development. Each face in the village reflected a general feeling of betrayal, of being robbed of their homes, their lands, their fields, and the sea.
They have all cheated us, sir!
We have got nothing. This is just a business by cheats. They know how to fool people. They promised us compensation, but we got nothing. We haven't even received money for our land.
The nuclear power project has cheated us under the name of development. They are actually frauds. And frankly speaking, no development has been achieved by this nuclear power project.
But obviously, there were some cases of employment, right?
We were not given jobs. Despite it being a government company, we still have to work under contract. What's the use?
We have small children. What will we do now? No jobs. We are unemployed. Now what is the solution?
They are ruthless. They are not ready to give jobs to our children. They give false promises to us. They kept saying we'll give you jobs, but they put them in jail. When our children go there, they beat them and put them in jail. The future of our children is very bad. Our children, some even graduates, just roam around and live like loafers.
Our time is over. We have become so old. But our children are young and they have to grow up. What will they do? Where will they go and where will they live? What will they eat and drink? If their parents are unemployed, how will they educate the children? What is their future?
Once upon a time, this beach was busy. Several small ships dotted the shore. Fisherfolk purposely ran around doing business, and the roaring waves and breeze over the sea added music to the melange. Today, the silence on this beach is deafening and the inactivity disheartening. Today, the fisher folk are bent low with the burden of empty fish nets on their shoulders.
Our dock has no fish at all.
Since 2002, there has been no fish here. This is because of the blastings. As they went deeper into the sea, the fish too went further away. So after 2001, I haven't seen a fish yet.
The fish eggs don't hatch at all. How can they survive in hot water? You tell me, sir. If we put our leg in hot water, it will burn. You tell me, right or wrong? So how will those small fish eggs survive? They just don't hatch.
The pollution caused by this nuclear plant has led to a drastic reduction in the fish on the continental shelf.
You name any, Bombay duck, pomfret, even big fish like ghol, kota, dhade and many such. Name any fish and we got it here on the shelf. Now all these have totally reduced.
Goldfish, Bombay duck, kardi, mandeli, sukat, pomfret. Now we don't get any. Not anymore.
The water from the nuclear plant is hot. So we can't fish anywhere near the shore. And so it is difficult. We don't find any fish there.
Steam rises from this hot water.
You see, there are some fish which are available only locally, and they are being destroyed completely by this.
Ever since the Tarapur project arrived in 1965, and then after its commissioning in 1967-68, our fishing activities have suffered. Earlier, we didn't even find leisure time to sip tea. We had over 100 boats on this dock. Each boat got over 200 baskets of fish. A small ship could even find fish about 2 kilometers from the shore. And do you know, today we use boats with engine to go beyond 15 kilometers, and then too we find no fish.
With a consumption of 200 liters of diesel, we do not get any fish because of hot water.
At that time, we got rupees 3,000 to 4,000, which was a lot. But today, we get nothing.
Earlier there was a lot of fish. Now there is nothing. Thanks to the nuclear power plant, the fishes and all underwater life is getting destroyed. The situation is bad. Have a look. Since last night, we have found only such little fish. How will this suffice us?
Earlier, if I calculate, in one area, we would easily earn about 70 to 80,000 rupees, in one area. But now we don't even get rupees 10,000 throughout the year.
Earlier, there was fish enough to fill 2-3 trucks. Now we can't fill even one truck. The trucks have stopped coming now.
Come here. Look at him. He's still wet. Look here. What will we do? Tell me, what will we eat? Tell me, how will we survive? He has gone since 3 o'clock and look what he found. So less fish.
Only this much?
Yeah, only this much.
Does anyone even buy these remaining small fish?
No, they don't. They refuse to buy fish from this village. They say this is the radiation zone. Hot water is released here, so they don't buy our fish.
I remember long ago there used to be several turtles on this shore.
Since this plant has begun, the turtles have stopped coming.
But there must be more to this shoreline than just fish.
We used to get a lot of shellfish. It was our means to livelihood. Yeah, in rainy season. Now we don't get to see them. Not even crabs. We might get 1 or 2. These chemicals have destroyed underwater life. And due to this hot water, they don't stay here at all.
These people who once upon a time ruled the seas, today walk around fearing police and the government.
If they see our boats from there, entering their territory, then they shoot the boats. They will either hurt the person or even try to arrest him. Then what should the fishermen do?
When they catch us, they beat us mercilessly.
And on top, the police files cases against us and threaten us that we might have to face more trouble.
They had put 10 of our children in jail for 2 days. 10 of our children. For 2 days. They let them go only after the Prime Minister departed.
They have taken everything else that there was to take, our land, our water. Now you tell me what we are supposed to do. We are left with nothing.
They get the police and arrest us. Tell me who will bring us poor back then from the lockups? Who will pay them? We don't even have money to eat.
To add to the piercing sense of helplessness was the ever-increasing incidences of ailments like paralysis and thyroid, miscarriages and cancer.
Cancer. It is all because of the nuclear plant. We suffer from cancer, paralysis.
This radiation has caused a lot of ailments, especially paralysis. You won't believe last year my father succumbed to paralysis. This radiation is very harmful.
We are sick because of all this. Because of this power plant, we all fall sick. Because of radiation, people are suffering from heart diseases and kidney disorders. Some suffer from TB, some suffer from cancer. Because of this radiation, so many people in our area have died.
Cases of cancer unheard of before are now reported every year.
You know me, myself, I'm a cancer survivor. 10 years back, I had a surgery for cancer, you know. And because of that, I have 28 stitches here on my body.
There are 9 cases of cancer, among which 7 are already dead.
At first his ear started paining and then it kept spreading. Now he has no hopes.
Malignant tumor in the chest even amongst the females. People often suffer from headache that affects the cerebellum. Earlier there was no problem. But because the plant releases radiation, this problem has occurred.
Earlier there was no illness as such in our village. And nowadays they dump the radiation and it comes out through the water and the soil, causing back pains, body aches to adult and children and to most of the villagers. And due to this, the older people don't live long. Some get heart attacks, cancer, some get handicapped. Situation is getting worse.
Some diseases which were unheard till date in this village before have started cropping up now. Horrible diseases like cancer, blood pressure, mind defect, and even kidney failure have become very much common here. Even cases of aching hands and legs amongst small children and even miscarriages are on a rise. These are all the bad effects of the nuclear plant because they were not at all present before. So we strongly believe that these are the ill effects of the nuclear plant only. It has all started since the past 15 to 20 years approximately.
There must have been over 25 miscarriages. Almost.
There was a case of newly born girl dying immediately after birth.
Small children also suffer from heart diseases. They have to be taken to Mumbai and other places. Those who have money, only they can go. But what will poor do? The poor will have to die. What else? Even the pregnant women have to suffer. Even after a normal delivery. After a normal delivery, the newborn babies die. This is because of radiation. Radiation is killing us.
Yes, they die. Young children die. Some die as soon as they are born. That's because there are no proper medical facilities here.
As I set out on a quest to find some more names, I stumbled upon names that were never even born.
I have been working in Tarapur nuclear plant for the past 5 years on contract. I have been married for 11 years and we still don't have a child. I am under treatment for the past 10 years. The doctor says there is a problem with my semen. There must be around 35-40 couples like us whose treatments are going on. And after the power plant has come here, the problem is seen more often. Working on contract and exposed to radiation all the time, so even medication mustn't be having any effect.
I have been married for 5 years and still I have no children. No treatment has a positive effect.
Even under the blazing summer sun, the village was drowned in a dense darkness. But at the heart of this darkness was a scorching ray.
They are all robbing us. God will definitely punish them. And I'm telling you that they will not escape from our curse. You understand? I feel like going up to them and beat those rascals and those pimps sitting up there. Then they will understand. Those bloody idiots. I will peel their skins off like we peel the fish. You know why we are so angry on them? Why? Because they promised jobs. We will give jobs to your children, huh? What job they will give to us? They have all lied to us. They have all cheated us, sir. These people have ruined our lives, sir.
Yes.
Our poor people's curse will not go waste, I say.
In the midst of all this, the village plunged into literal darkness, load shedding or power cuts. It is quite an irony that the village that provides power to the entire country should be deprived of it itself.
Daily there is load shedding here for 6 to 7 hours. If this nuclear project, takes our house, our lands, our only way of sustenance, and if we are kept deprived of it, then this is the worst misfortune. This should not happen in a developing country like ours.
A similar nuclear power plant is proposed to be built in the Konkan. The villagers seem to be even more angered by this.
As they have ruined our life, they will ruin your life as well. So you shouldn't let them build a plant there. Which we are going to tell those people also. Because in order to build the plant, these people have cheated us, saying that they will give jobs to our children. We will give you free healthcare, electricity, water supply and other facilities. We will not charge anything. And what not they have promised us. They said that they will improve the standard of living here. And they made many such promises. We will tell those people to learn from us and don't allow them to cheat you.
Yeah.
Because these people make promises and then run away from here.
The village has a substantial population of 10,000 people, and yet there is a deathly silence spread through the village even at midday. Nowhere can one even see the basic signs of development. All one can see are broken spirits, lost childhoods, and unemployed youth. As I left the village, I saw the market full of fish. Surprised, I asked one of the vendors, "Are these from your village?"
There are no fish in our village.
So where are these fish from?
These are from Crawford Market. And Bhaucha Dhaka from Kolaba, Mumbai.
The fisher folk of long ago have now become mere fish vendors. With a heavy heart, I left Dandi in search of another name. But my progress was halted by a ghost town of cubicle houses originally built for the displaced people. The company's negligence was manifested in the deep stench in the air. I continued my quest until I came to the familiar Chiku orchard of Digambar uncle. His sons, who manage the orchard now, had an interesting tale to tell as well.
Nowadays when we plant coconut trees, they do not grow to their full height. Earlier, 20 years ago, the trees grew much faster. Even the fruits of palm tree are so small now. Earlier, the leaves too were much bigger. Even the mango trees have become shorter and even the fruits are smaller.
Actually, earlier the chili trees used to be somewhere around 3.5 to 4 feet tall. But today it doesn't grow beyond 3 feet. You can see the leaves are curling up. And day by day the fruits are getting smaller. The trees don't attain their normal growth. Smaller trees, so smaller fruits. The yield too has reduced by almost half, I say. Without the use of chemical fertilizers, we cannot grow plants. The leaves of the chiku trees are unhealthy because of the environment. You can see the effect. If you cut the fruit, you'll have an infected core.
The cables carrying electricity pass through these villages in large numbers, just as in this orchard.
You know, during the rains, when we bring out our umbrellas, we often get shocked because these wires carry high power. So the leaves and fruits of the chico trees have also shrunk to a great deal, you know. They aren't increasing in size. Look, you can see for yourself what we are going through today. We cannot construct a house within 25 feet on either side of the wire. So 50 feet of our land is actually a sheer waste.
As the sun sets over the horizon, I move on to Tarapur, the village that gives its name to the nuclear power plant. This is the area where the Parsi community used to stay. This is where it is said Dr. Homi Bhabha was born. As I enter the ruins that were once a symbol of prosperity, I see that nothing remains of that extravagance. Although the Parsi community moved out of Tarapur, this one name I know still exists there, Dhanabai. She used to stay somewhere close by. Dhanabai is 92 years old and is as yet lost in those old times.
You won't believe. Baskets of dry Bombay duck from Tarapur was very famous, in great demand. Earlier farming was widespread in Tarapur. My father too was a farmer with large fields. In those days, Tarapur was famous. There were many things happening here. Dr. Baba established the nuclear plant here. You remember? Here? Yeah? But now there are no Parsis here anymore. They sold their bungalows and went away. Why will they like it here? You tell me. Once I die, this place will also be locked. Nothing. There is nothing. Nothing will be left.
On bidding my farewell to the last Parsi in Tarapur, I set out on my return journey. En route, I came across a dispensary, that of Dr. Sonia Save. I stopped to enlighten myself more on the issues I had come across through the day.
There are two diseases which are very common over here. One is arthritis and the other one is joint pain. Due to increase in uric acid, menopausal women suffer a lot of hormonal imbalance. Like they get irritated very fast, and this is very normal in this kind of hormonal imbalance. The women here suffer a lot of problems. Some have started facing severe asthmatic problems. Almost 50% of the pregnant women of this village, almost 50% of them have complicated deliveries. You know, there are definite signs of no brain development amongst children here. Their knowledge, you can say that their IQ is very less. High blood pressure has paralyzed about 30 to 40% of the population. Paralysis and heart attacks are major here.
As the last ray of sun withdrew from the evening sky, I pondered on the way to my home. It was late when I took the elevator.
This is just a business by cheats.
Our dog has no fish at all.
What will they eat and drink?
You know me, myself, I'm a cancer survivor.
They treated us like animals.
Our poor people's curse will not go waste, I say.
They have made our lives hell. God be overswept.
These people have ruined our lives.
They are ruthless. They give false promises to us.
Our poor people's curse will not go waste, I say.
Where were you all day? I called you so many times. Couldn't you just answer my call once and tell me? You know how worried I was? Did you eat anything at all through the day? Mummy also was trying to call you. Mr. Mehra had come to invite us to his daughter's wedding. It's next month in Delhi. I told him our attendance depends on your schedule. But we must visit him once before the wedding. Rucha, your father's home. Give him a glass of water. Rucha's starting her exams next week. We should look into her studies this weekend. Guide her a little on writing essays. This year we need to bring in some more furniture into the house. There's no storage space. Also this Diwali we should colour the house. Oh, that reminds me. I went to our old neighbour's house today. They've done up the place. It looks so nice. Today I also paid all our bills. Phone, electricity.
hesitated a bit. Does the power that light my house come from Tarapur? I panicked and switched off all the lights.
Why have you switched off the lights?
The sudden darkness in the house stung my eyes and my conscience. Before my mind's eye unfolded a battle. I against them. I who paid the bills for power with my money, and them who paid the cost of power with their existence.
Suddenly I lost my vision, and when I went to the doctor said, a blocked vein to the eye has stopped blood flowing to it, so you can't see.